and you're not alone if you're frustrated and burnt out. So I suppose really that's my point. Hello, it's June 2023, and this video is going to be more of a discussion, maybe even some might call it a little rant, whatever. And before I get into this topic, I'm going to say some people are not going to be able to relate to this or understand it or anything. And I would say that these people are very fortunate in life. Now, there are many people in this world who will be able to relate and understand. And I suppose it ties into with what I've been saying actually for many, many, many years. What is so worthy of this civilization to want to salvage it? And really, my thought here is the frustration, I don't even know how to put it to words, the desperation, maybe, is another descriptive of how the world is. Many people are frustrated with everything. And when you start to realize how, for example, people who have been looked up to, different religions have their own people that they look up to and romanticize them, and it just takes a life of its own, to even for some world leaders, to any kind of leadership, celebrities, whether it be Hollywood or, moreover, online celebrities, as I call them. And to learn how history is false, everything that we're told about history, and on any topic, from the world where we live to individuals to historical events, everything appears to be a lie. And with all this confusion that's happening and what's the truth, and people trying to find out the truth, and I've asked people, okay, so you find out the truth, then what? Yes, you can try to share it with others, but there are many others who are not interested in the truth or can't see it for whatever reason. Whether it be, again, on spiritual leaders types or political leader types or any kind of leader type. All the romanticizing of who these people are gone. History, events in history, everything. What really is there in this civilization that's worth even considering to salvage? People have been accustomed to and accept, okay, well, yeah, we can lie, exaggeration, and that's even worse. Exaggeration. You take a real event or something and it gets exaggerated, which is a form of romanticizing. You can exaggerate a negative event or even a positive event, but society now has come to accept this is okay. We have history being rewritten even before our very eyes today. A lot of people, I would say most people, can't even see it. And some people who can't see it, it's like, well, whatever. But what's being forgotten is that today, this time in time, will be looked back on future generations, if there are future generations. Who knows what will happen? And they will look back and think, oh, this is how the world was today, and believe whatever, for example, official narratives have been, or the history that's being rewritten before our eyes today. In 50 years from now, 100 years from now, no one's going to know any better. and the truth will be lost. And a lot of people have this frustration. They don't see it. It's like an invisible foe. And I've talked many years ago about the invisible foe. You know, when you look at money, micromanaging laws, and all these things, invisible foes, always keeping people on edge, on the flight or fight mindset. And same with lies. Lies can be about an individual, a group, or just history overall. We can't even say for sure before the mid-1900s or even the beginning of the 1900s what the truth is about our history. And even secular scholars say that we're missing anywhere from 200 to 1,000 years of history. And people will hear a theory, accept it as fact, and that theory will either be proven wrong or just never be proven at all. And the different theories on even the same topics, and people will be divided by that. And we have divisions in society, you name it, we are divided, fractured, completely fractured. Just like if you looked at, for example, a piece of glass and you drop something heavy on the ground and it just shatters, and that's our society. Because of that, we have no cohesion. And we have the introduction of this alleged multiculturalism stuff, further fracturing people, dividing everyone and everyone having rights and everything else. It's just completely fracturing us. And then we're allowing, even as a descriptive, mental illnesses becoming mainstream, further fracturing us. No unity. And it's all these lies and being fractured and everything else and invisible foes that has caused a lot of distress for countless of people, and they don't understand why. Putting aside people having their own traumas and whatever it is in their lives, which goes back to how society overall has degraded to extreme degeneracy. They no respect for themselves or others. Everyone's about me. But there used to be a time when none of this existed, and people had more happiness, perhaps, more cohesion. Things were being accomplished. We weren't going backwards. And people perhaps knew more truths because more truths were common, they were mainstream. It only takes a handful of people in the world to put everything upside down, and everything is upside down and backwards in this world. And people are struggling just to keep their sanity in today's world. And I've said for many years, do not be consumed by anything on any topic. You see a lot of this with, for example, those who call themselves truthers and freedom fighters and everything else, and they're consumed. And then they go on these, for example, protest marches and everything else, and ranting in online groups and forums. And what's really happening, these things are allowed because it allows people to vent rather than do something. They vent because they think they're doing something, and they're venting, and they're appealing to whoever that's as a descriptive, any kind of authority, to say, hey, listen, we have rights. And I've said, if you're free, act free. And I'm not trying to state or imply anything on what people should say, think, or do. That's totally on people. I'm just simply highlighting some facts at the foundation. But when you look at this world full of lies and deceit, and a lot of people mentally are just giving up. And it's sad. And the ones that are most impacted are, as a descriptive, the nicer people. Because they don't think like the people, for example, who are imposing injustice and tyranny. They don't think like that. And when it hits them, then it crushes them mentally and physically. And I remember, I can't remember one reading somewhere that nothing's going to change. And you can't really change what's happening, because as I've said, the people are imposing everything. Start and end world wars. That's the power these people have, and the world wars that everyone else supports or even fights in. People think that they can actually do something. So what I read, which was very true, that with regards to nothing changing, is not going to be an outrage with society, say for example with injustice and tyranny, until they experience it themselves. People either just want to ignore it, they don't care, or it is what it is. They accept it. Again, until it happens to themselves or those they love. But a lot of people are just mentally drained. It's unfortunate. Anyway, there was really the point to all this. Suppose to say that anyone who's frustrated and burnt out with civilization, not life, the world that we live in, it was created, is magnificent. Life is wonderful. Civilization is what's terrible, and you're not alone if you're frustrated and burnt out. So I suppose really that's my point. A lot of people are feeling the negative effects and trying to cope. Don't be consumed by it. Just get through the day. Survive. Don't compromise your personal integrity, your morals, your standards, whatever. Nothing lasts forever, good or bad. Anyway, that's all I want to say. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. I just lost my train of thought for a moment as I segued.
Listen to this and write it down if you can't remember it. You're never going to outgrow warfare. You simply must learn to fight. I hear people saying to me, oh, when is it going to get easier? When you die.